Freeman and walk-off hits for the Dodgers. Name a better duo. Freddie Freeman saves the day once again, and we're breaking it all down next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win!
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
It's a double for Freddie.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you want to support the channel, if you're a longtime subscriber, hit the like button, comment for your Los Angeles Dodgers that were just one out, one strike away from going 1-5 on this homestand, from losing 12 of their last 15 games, from continuing to slide. But Freddie Freeman comes up in the ninth inning when the Dodgers needed him the most, like they always do, after Mookie Betts was able to leg out an infield single to keep the inning alive. Then Rocco Baldelli, he elects to intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani to put runners on first and second. And then Esteury Ruiz, who comes in as a pinch runner early in the game after Teoscar Hernandez had a 3-hit game. He goes into that 3 spot, and he does a great job laying off some sweepers down the zone, a sinker down the zone. He draws a 5-pitch walk to load the bases for Freddie Freeman, and Freddie Freeman does Freddie Freeman things. He hits a walk-off single, 2-run score. The Dodgers get their 8th walk-off win of the season. The hero, Shohei Ohtani, homers in his 5th straight game. Tyler Glasnow absolutely shoved and looked dominant. A 12-strikeout performance from Tyler Glasnow when everything was starting to look dark and grim for this Dodgers team, and it wasn't all perfect in this one. The Dodgers didn't have their first runner in scoring position until the 7th inning. Kim was subbed out for Rojas, and Kim was just making great plays defensively, and Rojas hasn't been good with runners in scoring position all season. But the Dodgers, they find a way to get a win when they needed it the most, and here was Freddie Freeman after the game.
Freddie, wins have not been easy to come by as of late, but to be able to pull this one out, how good did it feel just to get you guys back and going?
Yeah, we needed that one. That was just a good baseball game on both sides, and kind of back and forth at the late innings right there, and thankfully we were able to push off a couple to get the win.
Tyler Glasnow, how did he set the tone, and how impressive was he in this one?
Yeah, that's a tough at bat. Facing him when he was with the Rays, it feels like he's throwing it right in front of you. When he's landing strikes like that, it's just you got to gear up for 95 to 98. And you can land sliders, curveballs. It's not a fun at bat, and he looked like he had it all going today.
The other day you said you felt like you found something, putting a little bit more into that front foot, and you're seeing the results, a walk-off like this. Does it feel like things are starting to click?
I've said it before, and then it went in a downhill spiral, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm just happy I was able to contribute today.
To have the chance cheering you on, I mean, how special is it when you can have these moments here at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, it's awesome. Credit to all my teammates right there. Ruiz getting a massive walk right there, and it's a Wednesday afternoon game. It's a little hot out here, but these fans came out and cheered us on and got a series win for them.
Does it feel like the offense is getting back to where you guys are used to being?
I mean, like a couple questions ago, I want to say yes, but then who knows? I wish this sport was more of a guarantee, but a lot more better at bats lately. So hopefully we can carry it into the weekend in Boston.
Freddie, congratulations on this win.
Thank you, Kirsten.
So it was just such a great at-bat. Freddie Freeman looking for a changeup, looking for a slider. He sneaks the 2 fastballs by him. He gets him into an 0-2 count. Then he totally changes his approach and then started to look heater. And when he looked for that fastball and he goes to the big part of the field and he goes to left field, that's when you know things are starting to click with Freddie Freeman. By the way, if you don't know the story, so Freddie Freeman, he was shown a meme from the walk-off grand slam last year in the World Series off Nestor Cortez. And the meme was about the astronomer CEO, where he was doing the cheating, doing his best Astros impression, cheating at the Coldplay concert. And there was just a little meme of him in front of that Yankees play where it's Nestor Cortez and then Freddie Freeman walks it off for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman saw that meme, and that triggered something in him where Freddie said that he couldn't even sleep all night because he found a cue that allowed his foot to get down quicker and allow him to get back to the hitter that he was. And ever since then, he's looked a lot better. He has 2 hits today, goes 2 for 5. Also had a single earlier in the game that helped set up a run. But here's more Freddie Freeman from moments ago in the Dodgers clubhouse.
To pick up this win today, to give the support for Tyler Glasnow, I mean, kind of what was going through your head in that final at-bat, 2-strike count?
Well, I was thinking was what I was looking for, and he didn't throw what I was looking for the first couple pitches, and I took the heaters pretty much down the middle. But after those, and I took the slider, and I was like, slices and pushes to the left field, and it's a work in progress. But that last one was a lot better. I haven't hit a line drive to left field in a long time, so hopefully we can build on that going into Friday.
So big shout out to Freddie Freeman. Things starting to turn around for Freddie, as you know they would. One of the best hitters that we've ever seen. He's the active hits leader in Major League Baseball, just past Lou Gehrig on the all-time doubles list. But yeah, like I said, wild story. Astronomer CEO. Shout out to him, Andy Byron, for cheating at the Coldplay concert, which led to a meme that Freddie Freeman saw, which led to him finding a cue that allowed him to get back to being the hitter that's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think if the Dodgers win the World Series again and Freddie Freeman wins another World Series MVP and Freddie looks back and points to this time period where he found that hit cue that led to him getting back on track, I think we need to give the astronomer CEO Andy Byron a World Series ring. I'm putting it out there right now. Of course, I kid, but what a great moment for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman giving them their 8th walk-off win of the season. Other massive development today is Tyler Glasnow absolutely shoved. I just saw a comment, Tyler Glass, wow. And Topher Quinn says Glasnow deserved that win. Absolutely, but that's why you can't use wins and loss stats to ever determine whether or not a pitcher is good. Wins and loss stats won't even be a part of the game at some point because you saw today Tyler Glasnow was absolutely dominant, and the fact that he didn't get a win doesn't reflect how good or bad he was. It just means that his teammates didn't score runs while he was on the mound. It's just such a silly statistic. Just a quick Henry Chadwick, who came up with the wins and loss statistic, did so at a point in time in baseball where the pitcher always went 9 innings, and if you subbed him out, he had to go to another position. So it made more sense back then. I will digress on the history, but still, Glasnow absolutely shoved in this one. He was fantastic. He went 7 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, but with the most impressive thing was the strikeout numbers. 12 strikeouts and 1 walk today. Just 3 hits. Had 19 swings and misses. A 36 called strike and whiff percentage through 106 pitches. Since he has been back, he has looked like an absolute ace, and he shoved today. He was just outstanding, and it's clear that, hey, when Tyler Glasnow is healthy, he takes a backseat to absolutely no one. When he's healthy, he is a surefire, bona fide ace that would be a game 1 starter for most teams around Major League Baseball. He is that good, and since he's been back, since he's come off the IL, Tyler Glasnow, 18 innings of work, a 1 ERA, a 0.78 whip, 23 punch-outs to 5 free passes. Tyler Glasnow is Tyler Glass. Wow. He was unstoppable today. The way that curveball was playing, the way that fastball was running away from hitters, he just looked absolutely dominant. The only run he gave up came in the third inning when he fell behind to Lewis, 3-1 the count. Let the four-seam fastball up in the zone, little middle, and Lewis hit it out. But outside of that, 1, 2, 3 innings, big strikeouts, big stuff. The curveball spiking it down in the zone, the four-seamer challenging hitters in the zone. He looked like an absolute ace today, and that is what Tyler Glasnow is when he's healthy. And here was him just moments ago in the Dodgers clubhouse talking about his dominant start.
You were excellent tonight. Just kind of navigating through their lineup. You had an entire pitch mix working. Was this just kind of maybe one of the best you felt since coming off the IL?
Yeah, I'd say everything was working. I think not falling into too many other predictable patterns and then kind of switching it up later in the game. But physically and stuff-wise, I felt great.
Just attacking them. I mean, was this one of those games where it was kind of game plan to go through like your entire pitch mix, or you had like the feel on your pitches that kind of just was allowing you to execute?
Yeah, I think it was dependent on feel. Like in the beginning, changed up a little bit towards the end, but yeah, just I think it kind of, as it was going on, certain pitches felt better. Curveball started getting sharp towards the end, so I was kind of just spamming that a lot more, and Dalton did a great job. We got into a nice rhythm, so it was good.
Was there any conversation about the seventh inning, or was it just established?
No, just go out and pitch, and then, yeah.
Considering how things have gone, obviously the usage of the bullpen yesterday, was there, I mean, you're someone who likes to get deep into the game, but was there kind of an added pressure or just something going through your mind knowing how much you wanted to kind of do for this team today?
Not a ton. I think just try to take it an inning at a time. And it was one of those days that felt good, and I was happy to go out for the seventh. And yeah, I wasn't thinking too differently or anything like that.
Your third start since coming back, can you kind of assess, how you feel and where you're at?
Yeah, I'm happy where I am. I feel good. I feel healthy. So just keep going. Take us into the next start.
So he was just great. He was fantastic, and he looks more athletic out there. He looks like he's not thinking as much. He's looking more confident. This stuff is just playing at such a high level that there's no doubt about it that when the postseason rolls around, if he's pitching like this, he's a game one starter. He's got that kind of stuff. And I feel pretty confident in saying right now that the Dodgers do not need to trade for another starting pitcher at the deadline with the guys they have. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, bad defense behind him yesterday. Didn't have the splitter early, but he's been fantastic through most of the season. He is a guy that you'd feel good about in game one of a postseason series. And then Tyler Glasnow, the way he's pitched. Blake Snell is trending towards coming back very soon. Shohei Ohtani has pitched like an ace. Roki Sasaki is coming back at the end of August. Clayton Kershaw has pitched well. Yes, you need those guys to stay healthy, but the truth is this offense that did not have a lot of success for most of this game should be able to score enough runs to where you don't even need to have the most elite starting pitching staff, but the guys they have right now, the way they're pitching, the way that things are looking, it looks like everything is working out for Tyler Glasnow, because last year he told me before the season his goal was to set a career high in game starts and set a career high in innings pitched. Well, the good chunk of time that he missed, I think, was calculated in the sense that, okay, now he's ready for the stretch run and he's going to have enough left in the tank, and hopefully he can stay healthy for the postseason run. So absolutely impressed. I give Tyler Glasnow Santa Clarita Zone. The show produced remotely by the great Tony Taters Antonio. That's where he's from. A proud day for Santa Claritans. Is that what we call ourselves? I have no idea. But he gets a big A+ from me. And then the other big story early on in this one, early in the game, Shohei Ohtani, he comes to the plate having homered in his last 4 consecutive games. Bottom of the first inning, 0-2 count against Chris Paddock. He gets a hanging curveball in the middle of the zone, and he did not miss it. He crushes it for his 37th home run of the season that leads the league, and also his 5th straight game with a bomb, tying a Dodgers franchise record. Just absolute insanity. I mean, this guy's unreal. And what makes these home runs so impressive is if you look at these 5 home runs that he's hit, none of them are these big pull side home runs. They're either dead center field or opposite field home runs. That lets you know that that front shoulder is staying in. He's staying square. His hip isn't opening up. And that is when Shohei Ohtani is his most lethal. It is most lethal is when he's square to the baseball, when he is not opening up, when he is not susceptible to chasing pitches down the way. And it just shows you how locked in he is right now, how much he's really seeing this power surge come to fruition. And it's because he's not necessarily going out there and trying to crush baseballs. He's going out there and he's so dialed in and he's so strong at the plate that when he just makes contact naturally like this, balls leave the yard. Big dude, big swing, and you're seeing a guy do things that we just never have seen before. Look, I mean, this is someone who will be starting on the mound on Monday against the Cincinnati Reds. Just an incredible offensive performance from Shohei Ohtani to crush that Chris Paddock curveball. And now Shohei Ohtani's 37 home runs, leads the National League, and through 103 games of the 2024 season, he had 30 home runs. He's already ahead of that pace. And last year, he set a Dodgers franchise record with 54 home runs. My preseason bold prediction was that Shohei would hit 60. Who knows? At this point, goes on a power tear. It could happen. But 5 straight games with a show bomb, that's incredible stuff. He now ties Roy Campanella, who did it in 1950, Sean Green, who did it in 2001, Matt Kemp, who did it in 2010, Jock Peterson, who did it as a rookie in 2015, and Max Muncy, who did it in 2019. Also, Adrian Gonzalez, who did it in parts of 2 seasons at the end of 2014 and 2 games in the first 3 games of 2015. As Dodgers hit 5 home runs in 5 straight games. And yes, if you did watch Dodgers Dugout Live, the pregame show, I did say, I kind of threw this one out there. This was all vibes. And look, we're not throwing these things out there that lightly, but I did say if the Dodgers win and Shohei Ohtani hit his 5th straight home run in 5 straight consecutive games, that I would do a shoey. I am a man of my word. And you guys, let's do it, man. Let's hit the Shohei Ohtani. 5 straight games with a home run for Shohei Ohtani. Let's celebrate. All right. I don't know why I'm swishing around my beer, but there it go, guys. Let's party for the Dodgers. Back on track. The Padres lose today, so let's laugh at them. San Diego lost to the Marlins earlier, so the Dodgers now 4.5 games up in the division. But a big win for LA, and we're going to continue to break this one down, but let's get into the comments section. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Mookie needs to change his swing to hit line drives instead of pop-ups from Carl. We'll talk about that one. $10 super chat from Dr. V. Relief sucks, especially Yates and Scott. They can't throw strikes. What up with the damn walks? Conforto got to go. And absolutely, Mook to second base. Not good instinctively at shortstop. Teo to left for F's sake. Yeah, we're going to talk some Kirby Yates here in a second. Ruiz did well, but not by not swinging and setting the table for Freeman. Yeah, it was a great at-bat for him. Sub D-Mac. What up, Yoshi Gamer? Roy Estrada. Ray Soto, lucky infield hit, but we'll take today Pop-Tart Mookie. Yeah, and before that, Mookie was definitely in his slide, was over his last 16. And, yeah, I mean, he's had now 3 hits since going into that leadoff spot, but 3 hits in the last 4 games. So it's something to feel somewhat okay about. But we got a $50 super chat from Victor Banos. A healthy Glasnow is top 5 in the majors. Freddie is back, and please, Freeman, bring, like always, the correct pieces to the puzzle. Let's go, Dodgers. We got Glasnow. We got, here we go. We got Fix Mookie or drop him further down in the lineup. Yeah, look, you got to feel good about the fact that he contributed to the win and give him credit. He's not the fastest guy right now, but he still legged out that infield single. If he doesn't get to first base in time, this game's over, and you're talking about a pretty rough game and a rough homestand for the Dodgers. Kirby Yikes, so that's what you're calling him. That's our nickname for Kirby Yikes from Ron Stoppable. Kirby Yikes needs to be DFA'd. Keith Potter, D-Mac, got to do the shoey with Sapporo. I like that. I'll get some Sapporos in the mix. But all right, let's hear with D-Mac. Hey, I paid you guys the shoey, okay? That's a Goodwill shoey from NS. Torta time. Ohtani is not human. LFG. D-Mac has a cup inside the shoe. I do not. Chug McKain. Highlight of the day. Pacifico. LFG. You said tequila. Yeah, right. Nice Pacifico. You must be half Mexican. D-Mac. That's what's up. D-Mac, my hero with Jordan Force. Nice. D-Mac loves his shoes and Pacificos from Alex Renteria. Okay, let's hear from Dave Roberts after this one, where the Dodgers, they eked out a win. Look, the truth is that good teams can win ugly games. The truth is that, yes, this is a Dodgers team that isn't playing its best baseball right now. They're not 100% healthy. You mentioned Kirby Yates, who pretty much let this one completely get away almost when he comes into the game. And it really feels like you're in a really tough position after the Dodgers had gotten the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning after Freeman got the leadoff single. Pages walk. Freeman stole second. Then Rojas hit for Kim. Rojas drew the walk. Edman, he comes up in a big spot. A lot of great two-strike hitting today from the Dodgers. And another example there with a 1-2 count. Tommy Edman, he singled to right to score Freeman to give the Dodgers a 2-1 game. Then you mentioned Mookie Betts. He was at the plate with the bases loaded. He flied out on the first pitch. Not a good at-bat for Betts. So it was a very slim margins, close game. Dodgers holding on to a 2-1 lead at that point. Then top of the 8th, Kirby Yates issued so many walks, my dog was getting jealous. He walks Lewis. He walked Lee. He walked Buxton. He just could not find the strike zone with any consistency, and he just does not have a lot of confidence in that four-seam fastball. He was just missing arm side, bottom of the zone, and then thankfully Alex Vesia comes in, bases loaded, no outs. He got Castro to ground into a double play, but Kersey was able to score to tie things at 2. And then Bader, he pinch hits for Larnach, and he reached on an infield single that gave the Twins a 3-2 lead. So the Dodgers lose the lead there, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit and the 3 walks there by Kirby Yates. But thankfully, they were able to come back there in the 9th inning to walk this one up. But here was Dave Roberts after the game, and we're going to talk about Kirby Yates and how, yeah, Tanner Scott's been bad as far as what you're expecting from a $72 million pitcher. But on the same token, you were just hoping that Kirby Yates would pitch better. And I think that Kirby's a guy that it definitely looks like he's a little gassed. He's someone that, yeah, the hamstring injury early on in the season, but he does not look like he's in sync with his mechanics because the command just is not there. If you want to be the man, you have to have the command. He just does not have that. But here was Dave Roberts after the game talking about the Dodgers' 8th walk-off win of the season.
Today was fantastic, and we got him into the 7th inning. He was really good. Command, delivery, rhythm, all that stuff, and to give us 7 innings was huge. And we found a way to win a baseball game somehow, and feels good to win a series. And just to kind of stabilize the rotation was fantastic.
I know we talked about just kind of with Kirby and a few things missing there. What did you see just from his outing, the walks, and as he is also someone who looks to get back on track?
Yeah, he just. Right now where his split is at, it's been non-competitive and just no command of it. And so that's kind of where he's at. So we got to keep running him out there, kind of working on some things with the delivery, if that's what it is. I'm sure there's a little bit of confidence that's bled in or lack thereof. And, hopefully this off day gives him a chance to reset. But he's got a very good track record, and I've got to continue to show confidence in him.
Just you guys are scuffling and you battle back to win this one and then go on your longest road trip of the second half. Is it fair to suggest maybe that this could be sort of the turn of a corner?
I hope so. I think that how we got here today, showing the fight, willing ourselves to get Freddie at bat, to Freddie to take probably his best swing he has in a month, and to win a game like that, I'd like to think that that's momentum building. Tommy had a big situational at bat right there, so getting Tyler back healthy and throwing the baseball the way he has, and so I expect Emmet on Friday to come back and keep that momentum going and bounce back from his last one. But and then that's where it starts. You get Emmet, then you get Clayton, and then you get whoever's going on Sunday to kind of keep that thing going.
Coach, number 27 kind of looked like Maury Wills out there. How important is it to have some speed on the Dodgers at this time when the hitting hasn't been as good?
It's great. It just allows for us to create innings and create a little bit of stress. And, he's a guy that can steal a base when everyone knows he's going to steal a base. And I love having that bullet when you need it. And any tight ball game where you can, essentially it's a double is huge. And so I like that dynamic. I'm obviously biased towards that too.
There are obviously the home runs that Shohei's been hitting lately, but how big is his presence in the ninth inning just to force them to make a decision and then all of it starts to tumble right there?
Yeah, it was the right decision. He's got 5 in a row now. So balls, hit fastballs, and so that's been really good. And Shohei comes up with a chance to win the game, so you got to take your chances with their closer and against Asturi. And fortunately, Asturi put together a good at bat to get Freddie up there.
So there we go. The Dodgers getting that win. And you mentioned that final sequence there. And I think that the decision by Rocco Baldelli to go out there and intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani and basically throw him that Barry Bonds treatment where you've got the winning run at the plate and you walk him to face Esteury Ruiz. Would he have still done that if Teoscar Hernandez is at the plate? He might have, he might not have. It'd be something to possibly ask him after the game. But I do think that did temporarily throw off Griffin Jax. I do think that Griffin Jax was a little shook in that bat against Ruiz because he's got Mookie behind him. He's got Shohei Ohtani at first. And he also knows that, hey, if I don't get Ruiz out, I have to face Freddie Freeman, and that's exactly what happened. So the number one goal for the Dodgers heading into that bottom of the ninth inning was to get Shohei Ohtani to the plate. And with Shohei batting second instead of the leadoff spot, there are times when it does feel like, okay, you might get one less plate appearance, and it looked like that was going to be the case today because, you could kind of feel it. Oh, if Shohei was batting leadoff, at the very least, he'd go to the plate with a chance to hit a solo home run to tie this thing. Instead, it's Mookie in that spot. Thankfully, Mookie was able to deliver. After not delivering with the bases loaded earlier in this one, he was able to come up big and just find a way to get on base. And yes, it's not like it was hard contact. There's not tons to build off for Mookie right now as far as the leadoff spot goes. Does have hits in 3 of the 4 games, but it doesn't look great at the plate for him. He's going to need to take some time to really get a full evaluation of it. So I do think that, it was a chess match, and the Dodgers, they clearly won because you look at the 2 starters in this one, they allowed 8 base runners in 13 innings, okay? That is dominant starting. You compare that to what the bullpens did. The bullpens allowed 15 base runners in 2 innings compared to 8 base runners in 13 innings. But the Dodgers had the ultimate magic elixir, and that is Fredericks of Hollywood, and he comes up like he always does. So, player of the game, I got to go Tyler Glasnow. I know Freddie gets the walk-off, and he had a 2-hit game, but with the state of this bullpen, with the Dodgers just not getting very much consistent starting pitching, the way that Chris Paddock pitched, Chris Paddock was not a guy that you expected to come in this one and dominate this Dodgers lineup. but he absolutely did. So there is no Freddie Freeman walk-off without the 12 strikeout performance of Tyler Glasnow. By the way, Glasnow owns the Twins. He had a 14 strikeout game against them last year, a 12 strikeout game against them this year. So that is my player of the game. That's my Dodgers dog of the game. Who do you have? Because he struck out 12 batters for the first time since June 9, 2024, when he had 12 punch-outs against the Yankees. But let's go to you guys. Who's your player of the game? We know the moment of the game, and the 3 big takeaways from this one are coming up. But let me get to you guys down below in the comments section. Sound off. D-Mac drinking apple juice. That ain't beer from Kenny Chung. What, I put apple juice in a Pacifico? First of all, I actually, apple juice is fire, so I'm not mad at that. D-Mac said, hey, come on, I can't mess these up. You tequila? I got to get some tequila right now, but there you go. What's your guys' favorite tequila? D-Mac getting wild. Okay, let's read some more here. Dave almost cost the game today again from Papo Monk. I mean, when you look at the way that Teoscar was moving, you're going to pinch hit for Esteury Ruiz. When you look at pinch hitting for Ha-Seong Kim, Miguel Rojas has been one of their best hitters. He hasn't been great with runners in scoring position this year, but he's been one of their best hitters last couple of months. And Rojas was able to draw a walk when he did pinch hit for Kim that set up the Tommy Edmonds single that allowed them to take a 2-1 lead. So, I mean, look, Kirby Yates, you got to keep going to him. I think now my confidence level in Kirby Yates continues to drop. Someone earlier called him Kirby Yikes, and that definitely has been what he's looked like of late. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of high leverage guys, and he's going to throw guys out there. But thankfully, I mean, he did make the pull when he did. Alex Vesia came in to ground into the double play. And as far as the Ruiz move, I mean, when Ruiz ran for Teoscar Hernandez, that was when the Dodgers were down 3-2 in the 8th inning, and Ruiz was able to steal second, and Páez was hit by a pitch, and then you had a couple of situations later where you weren't able to come through. Rojas, he did pop out with the bases loaded there in the 8th inning. So, yeah, look, all in all, this was not a great game. This really was not a great game for the Dodgers in the sense that they go 2 for 6 with the runners in scoring position. They get less than 10 runners on base once again. They haven't been creating enough opportunities. But, hey, like Dom said in Fast and the Furious, doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile, a win's a win. And sometimes you just need a big slump-busting win. Winners win, and that's what the Dodgers did today. No Mookie for Boston series from Hendricks. We've got Ruiz, a minor F. Rocco pulled all the right levers, but Jax didn't perform. So not always Roberts' fault, but Roberts talking up Yates after what we've seen all season is the reason why fans call for his job. Keith Potter, Kevin Parker, that line drive by Butts in the 9th was sweet. Okay. BC, you can hit below 150 and have 3 hits in the last 4 games. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, I mean, you look at the early returns on Mookie hitting leadoff, and the truth is, today goes 1 for 5, has a strikeout. The thing is, he's not striking out at all. I think he has like 2 strikeouts in that stretch. On the year, the OPS is down to 679. The batting average down to 238. But here's the plan. And I talked to someone at Dodger Stadium about this yesterday, and it was the same plan that I've told you guys for weeks. So if you listen closely to the breadcrumbs on this show, a lot of this stuff comes to fruition. And what I told you was that Mookie ultimately would be moved to leadoff because they would want to see if they could get something going, can provide a spark. That's where he's had most of his success as a hitter, can see more pitches with Shohei behind him. But if that doesn't work, then you would consider your options. But they were never going to move Mookie out of the top 3 or 4 without seeing how he performs at the leadoff spot. So this is a very process-oriented organization, and they are not going to move Mookie off of leadoff until it's an extended stretch of him not performing there and the offense continuing to struggle. So we'll see what they do when Max Muncy comes back. It should be 2 weeks or less until he gets back in the lineup, coming back from that knee injury. But I guarantee you that they're not going to let Mookie be a 238 hitter with a 679 OPS as a leadoff hitter. It just might not be his year for whatever reason. So we'll see how things work out and progress from that standpoint. But You have to remember, they have 365 million reasons why they want to give Mookie every opportunity to have success. And there's your example right there. 12 Ks are crazy good. He's back. Himmy Turner. I'm all in. Tyler Glasnow. I have a couple more condos left that I'm willing to sell on Tyler Glasnow Island, but they are going fast. Okay? I think the adjustments he's made mechanically, I think it feels like he's had a mental breakthrough. And I almost want to ask him that because it feels like he's just so much more confident, comfortable out there on the mound, not thinking as much, and you saw that today. So, hey, if you want to buy some of those condos, get in line because they're going out. Super chat, what up, Sneaky Panda? My drunk T.O.D. Mac from Jose Mata. Justin Lamas, by the way, Glasnow was excellent on 4 days rest. Absolutely. D-Mac, for all we know, you can put piss in that beer. Oh, come on, Kenny Jung. That's a bruh. Okay. Nufo, I want to talk about that too. Now, what was up with this? Look at Kike Hernandez double fisting popsicles in the Dodgers dugout during the game. Kike Hernandez never changed. Kike Hernandez is an absolute priceless dude. He knows what he was doing right there. He knows exactly what he was doing right there. Okay, Kike, popsicles in the Dodgers dugout, slurping them up, double fisting them up. I mean, come on now, Kike. Kike with the popsicles, man. You've got to be kidding me. And that's why you love the dude. That's why he's a Dodgers legend because you know what? The thing is, man, like when you're going through a rough stretch in a long season and you kind of need something to kind of take your mind off of stuff, Kike is someone that can do that. And I do think that it was intense. I mean, he's a guy who likes to have a good time, but it did feel like it was a little intentional just to kind of to do that and make sure that everyone's smiling, having a good time. But come on, Kike. Popsicles, first of all, look like a delicious popsicle. I just want to point that out. Guess it gets me in the mood for a popsicle. But double, I mean, just craziness. Kike Hernandez, man, double popsicle. Man, he should be wearing his pitcher's helmet while he's doing that. But he definitely was enjoying those. But what do you guys think about that? For sure. Let's. What is your take on Kike and the popsicles? We got Enrique Hernandez, a blue heart in the chat. What up, Kike? What up, Kike? Kike is the best. Hot day popsicles are cool and refreshing from Foxy. Ice pumps for everyone. Golf ball through a guard hose for Picos. Kike, the new bruh button. You know what? Okay, there it is. Think blue. Give you the credit. I'm going to make a new bruh, and it's going to be with Kike eating the popsicles. Is that a deal? Are we all in on that? Let me know. Himmy Turner, D-Mac, I know you ain't talking after shoving that slugger Dodger dog in your mouth. Okay. Okay. You're right. I'm not one to talk. I mean, come on now. Are you sure they're not coding pops from Johnny Owen? Papo Monk, you're risking Ohtani's good year for 356 million reasons. He's still been able to hit at the highest level. Kike living his best life. I don't know. Get him back to right field already. Worst season of his career. Also, first full season at the shortstop spot. Look, I brought up on this show multiple times, and the truth is that Mookie thinks that's not a reason why he's not hitting, but I still think that it's contributing in some capacity. I've heard people in the Dodgers tell me that too. Pocket Rude Boy 199. Kike looked like Roberts when talking about Yates. Come on now. Drink water from the hose. I love the zesty Dodgers. Yas. Wouldn't expect anything less from Kike. Joe, what's the latest on Kasparius? Yeah, looks like Kasparius is just was a calf cramps and that he's going to be just fine. D-Mac, I'm sending you some Sydney Sweeney bathwater your way. Beer Sama. We all agree the new bruh is Kike. Okay, so I love it, guys. I'll cook that up. I'll debut it on tomorrow's show. Does that sound like a plan? Okay, 3 biggest takeaways from today's game. Number one biggest takeaway, the number one thing that you should take away from this one is Tyler Glasnow looks like a superstar ace pitcher, the one that they gave $136+ million to. And right now, the performance of Tyler Glasnow, those 18 innings that he's been back where he's absolutely shoved and has a sub-1 ERA in those 3 starts, that Tyler Glasnow, I think, is going to make it where the Dodgers don't want to pursue a starter at the trade deadline. I don't expect them to do it. Maybe if you want depth, they might, but I think that's the number one biggest takeaways. It's so crucial last couple of weeks to evaluate the starting pitchers to see if they want to go that route. They will not. Second biggest takeaway in this one is the bullpen continues to be in shambles. The bullpen has been a dumpster fire for a good stretch now. Tanner Scott, he's going to miss some time. Kirby Yates, he looks like he's lost it. You're going to get Blake Trinan back very soon here. Michael Kopech should be back in August at some point. But they need not just one, but two relievers at the trade deadline. And I need a high-leverage guy. David Bednar, Felix Bautista, Emmanuel Clase, Aroldis Chapman, Johan Duran, Griffin Jacks. I don't care that they gave up some big moments to the Dodgers this series. If they do not trade for multiple relievers, I think this bullpen is in trouble. I truly do believe that. Third biggest takeaway is Mookie Betts still does not look like the hitter that we need him to be batting in the leadoff spot. It's still an early sample size. It's only a handful of games. But right now it doesn't feel like just him batting leadoff is going to solve all of his problems. If we're moving things back and we're changing things around, then why don't we move him back to leadoff and move him back to second base? And right field, I'm fine with him not going out there, although we know what he's capable of when he is a right fielder. But I do think that at some point you have to have a hard conversation with Mookie Betts about the fact that he's not, the number one thing he was supposed to bring to this team was not supposed to be a good defensive shortstop. That was never part of the equation. The reason why they gave him $365 million was because Mookie rakes at the plate. And right now he's not doing that, and he hasn't done that for most of this season. So I do think that you have to start to look for different ways to try to shake things up. And look, I mean, a little bonus takeaway. I mean, I still want to see Alex Freeland on this team in some capacity. I mean, like I talked to a Pirates insider today that tells me that they are looking for hitters, big league ready hitters. Bring him up. Raise his trade value potentially, or see if he can shake things up. I mean, I think the Dodgers offense, they just have not been good. But some more comments here, and then we'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you haven't yet, go back and watch the early show. We talked a lot about some big updates in that one. D-Mac, greetings from Abu Dhabi. What's up, Nelson? What up, Papo Smoke? What up, Glasnow Shoved? We got Princess Kike is the new bruh meme. All right, guys, I can't wait to debut that tomorrow. Who do I got to block? Number one takeaway is there's still some magic left at Dodgers Stadium from Keith Potter. Absolutely. Who needs to be blocked? Give me the name. NS, we got D-Mac. We need 3 relievers with cojones. Yeah, D-Mac, Rome. We need at least 3 games. D-Mac, Rome. I like that. BC, need an ace and an impact bat that can hit 300 too. Absolutely. Tatis. Okay. Harrison, Glove. It's a block party. You got blocked. Tatis. We don't talk about Fernando Tatis Jr. We don't talk about Mr. Ringworm Cream. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Hit that like button on your way out for your Los Angeles Dodgers, who get their 60th win of the season. The Dodgers, 60 wins on the year, and the San Diego Padres SD equals season done. They lose early to the Miami Marlins, so LA picks up a game, and they're now 4.5 games up on the division, 60-43. Dodgers end the homestand on a high note. Freddie, Freeman, and walk-off hits. Name a better duo. That's going to do it, guys. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Subscribe, hit the like button. See you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your night. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game. High fly ball.